Welcome to Guide to IELTS. We have recently posted a detailed solution to this IELTS reading academic passage taken from Book 16, Test 1. The first sentence in the passage is, polar bears are being increasingly threatened by the effects of climate change. I can use this to write, ecological balance is being increasingly threatened by the effects of climate change. Or wildlife is being increasingly threatened by the effects of deforestation. These can be great essay beginners. A phrase in the same sentence in the passage that can come in handy when writing a problem solution essay. Far-reaching consequences. Any event, any change that has a great influence and affects a great number of things. The problem is that most individuals do not understand the far-reaching consequences of their environment-unfriendly lifestyle. When young students are taught to be open-minded and tolerant, it can have far-reaching positive consequences. And then there is this tweet from 2020 which is talking about the importance of hand washing, a very simple solution with far-reaching positive consequences. The first paragraph mentions a single reason for something. The beginning phrase is a simple, one reason for this is. Another phrase here is likely to. In essays, it helps to use verbs such as may, might, can, and could. For example, instead of writing, excessive and regular consumption of junk food causes health problems or will cause health problems, it is better to write excessive and regular consumption of junk food may or can cause health problems. The second way of writing is better because there is no certainty of this happening. There is a possibility that it may happen. Another replacement for this is used in the first paragraph, likely to. Excessive and regular consumption of junk food is likely to cause health problems. If compared to may, likely to implies a higher probability of something happening. Also, the usage of yet at the end of the first paragraph is noteworthy. Yet has many meanings. Here it is used to mean however. An idiom has been used in the second paragraph, shed light on. Other variations of the same idiom are cast light on or throw light on. All of them mean the same thing, to help explain something. A few sample sentences are on your screen. Therefore is used in the last sentence of the second paragraph. Sometimes the usage of conjunctions such as however and therefore seems more effortless and natural when they are not used at the beginning of the sentence. An example of such usage of however is here in the third paragraph as well. I now want to bring to your attention the first sentence of the third paragraph. One here refers to another condition. Let's use this sentence as a model to write another sentence. To write a point about social media. Social media has an additional benefit, one that the younger generation is making the full use of, finding an audience. If I'm writing this an essay, I can add to this, whether it is showcasing one's singing talent, one's passion for gadgets, or a nerdy fascination for video games. It is possible to connect with like-minded people. This is because social media is a tool that helps connect with users across the world. I've often seen issues with usage of despite and in spite of. Both mean exactly the same. So whenever I come across a sample sentence, I point it out to my students. Here it is at the ending of the third paragraph of the passage that we are discussing. Despite this, their bones remain strong and dense. This could also be, in spite of this, their bones remain strong and dense. Here's paragraph 4. I've just highlighted a few simple vocabulary ideas. Notice the usage of such as, on the other hand, for example, also, although, all conjunctions that we aim to use in our writings. Referencing is very strong in well-written passages. Referencing means using simple words to connect to something or to refer to something that has been mentioned in the previous sentence or that has been mentioned before in the writing. This usually involves using simple words such as this and one. An example is here from the first paragraph itself. It says that the polar bears are uniquely adapted to the extreme conditions, and then later says one reason for this is that, followed by the reason. So the referencing is using this, which refers to the unique adaptation. These are a couple of other examples from this passage. Sometimes referencing just makes use of the article the. Here, the study refers to the study mentioned before in the same paragraph. Notice the usage of as for in the beginning of this paragraph. Let's use it ourselves. If I'm writing an essay in response to this IELTS Writing Task 2 question about whether team sports are better or individual sports, I could write about the benefits of team sports first, and then in the next paragraph, when I start writing about benefits of individual sports, I could start with, as for individual sports, they have their own benefits because they can help the player develop self-motivation. Instead of as for individual sports, I could also write as far as individual sports are concerned. To conclude, I can use the conclusion of this passage to fashion a concluding sentence of my own. So here is the conclusion of the passage, and I can take inspiration from this and write, if pollution were to keep increasing at the present rate, this would mean not only a further deterioration of our atmosphere, but also an increased risk of respiratory and other health issues. For those interested in going in-depth into grammatical concepts, this sentence makes use of a grammar rule called subjunctive. That's it for now. Hope this helped you. Do like, share, and give feedback through comments. Subscribe to our channel. Help us reach a wider audience. All the very best.